I'm expecting the battle of my life. I'm expecting a fight of my life. I'm expecting a dogfight out of him. He's going to have to do everything to beat me. Let's be real, I'm in the headspace now where I am so focused on going as far as possible with this. I have no intentions of losing this belt. I have no intentions of giving this belt away at the first time of asking. He's going to have to do everything to beat me. He's going to have to outbar me, outright me, outpunch me, outperform me. He's going to have to be more motivated than me. He's going to have to want this more, need this more. He's going to have a bigger fear of failure than I do. And at this moment in time, I just don't see anyone in the UK scene right now that matches any of those credentials with me. Anyone.
It's not good enough. It's a lack of experience. People are gonna hear me say that and think, but he's been battling longer than you. He's been in here damn near 10 years. But that's not what I'm talking about. There's a level of experience that he lacks. Has he ever battled in front of a big crowd, on a big stage, against a big name? No to all of the above. He's been battling in small rooms against small names his entire career. And now he thinks he can step up onto a big stage against me at my best in front of a massive crowd and take the win? It's impossible.
We'll see the best Cole on that PB stage if he's backing up all of his claims of how much he actually wants this. We will see the best Cole ever. Ever. It won't be enough though. Because it's going to be a war. It will be a war. He doesn't want to win this as much as I do. And that isn't an insult aimed at him.
Yo. How's the audio levels? Am I good? I feel like it's just glitched out for a minute. I don't know what went on there. Let me know if we're good now, though. Shout out to everyone that's locked in as well, man. Happy New Year to all of you. What's going on? Got a few of the staff joining us as well, so I'm just literally waiting for a few of them to filter in, and we'll get it going. I'm not too sure what's going on. It like glitched out on that video then for some reason, but we'll see. Is the sync better now? One sec. Here he is as well. Big Cole J, how we doing? Cole J, big Bloodstro.
You all right, you?
Bro, I've had a busy day, mate. I'm just getting over COVID. United have just lost to Wolves. Shit's just getting out of hand. Life is just getting out of hand for me.
See?
Happy New Year, though, mate. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Princess.
Good to see you, mate. Shout out to everyone that's in the comments already as well. Well, we'll go through the questions if anyone wants to fire them in towards the back end of the stream, but we'll dip in and out of them as well as we're going along. But just let it build up a little minute and then we'll go into it. Basically, all we're going to do is talk about a couple ideas. We've got Prem. There's been a few questions around, what we're going to be doing this year. The 2-on-2 tweet we made before. A few other bits. And obviously, Bloodstro, you're kicking off the year with Undisclosed 5.
Indeed.
How are you feeling about it?
I'm happy. I love the card. It's one of them where when I first came into Premier Battles, it was doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, event managing and spending £49 on water, but that's neither here nor there. Then it's when you turn around to me like, look, I want you to start putting cards together. I've enjoyed it ever since, and because it's the 5th installment in the series, it was like I wanted Undisclosed to be what Revival was to you. Is the way I looked at it, and I remember Revival 5 being a big card. Then I remember the 2-on-2s, and then I remember Revival 10. Like in my head, I just wanted it to have that kind of a run. So because it's the 5th installment, I thought, obviously me and you was going back and forth. We had to do it big. And yeah, I love the battle. Slash the Crow. I think the timing of that is absolutely perfect. Koj Frost is a massive battle.
It's a shame we didn't get some of them. I was looking at the lineup for the event, and then the ones that we tried to lock in didn't lock. Like, nearly had. I mean, we could say it now because I don't like it's going to happen, but like the fact we nearly had Calcium Kid back. Who else was we talking to? Villain and Visual.
Villain and Visual.
There's a few that just didn't happen, just didn't fall at the right time, but sure we can make happen down the line. But the fact it's first event back in Rebellion as well, which is a sick venue. I'm looking forward to it, mate. We'll just let it build up for another 3 minutes and then we'll get straight into it. But yeah, if you've not got your tickets as well, go and get them now. premierbattles.club. Get tickets for Undisclosed 5, Shotty versus Tally, which we'll talk about a little bit soon. And then Absolute Bizzo versus Koj title match been announced. That card is sick. It is an absolute stat card.
It's crazy.
What we'll do is, like I say, if you've got any questions, just throw them in the chat. We'll get to them as we're going along, but we'll do a full roundup of all the questions at the end. But while we're just waiting for the numbers to go up a little bit, Shotty and Rick should be joining us soon as well, so we'll jump into them. Happy New Year, everyone, as well. Happy New Year, Troy. Shouts to the message, man. Looking forward to seeing everyone this year. Big up Visceral as well, man. When are you coming to Prem, bro? We need to get that Visceral debut on Undisclosed,
Telling you.
Big up Koj, title challenger. Bizzo Frost for the title if he beats Koj. Nah. Koj, just to touch on that, because I've seen a few tweets on it. Koj and Frost was set up before the title match, basically. The way it fell was we didn't expect the Yunan and Bizzo situation to happen, so there was going to be no title match on Absolute. Bizzo obviously got the title. We'll go into the reasoning behind that as well, because we never spoke about it, but Bizzo's got the belt. He wanted to defend the first opportunity he had, which would be April, and Koj was the next in line anyway for the title for us. And at the same time, like Frost, we didn't want to cancel that battle because Frost is on an upward projection at the moment, and I think it's a good battle for him to get under his belt. So it has no real bearing on the title match. I get that people say, if Koj takes a loss, then don't look good. I mean, if Koj takes a loss, it just means we push Frost up on another projection as well to a next opponent. Koj will still get the title match regardless. You know what I mean? So shouts to Koj as well. He wanted to make sure the Frost battle still happened on this event. He could have easily just said, I want to focus on a title match, but he wanted to get it in and give Frost a shot. Like this was a battle Koj pitched to us. We didn't pitch to Koj, so shouts to him. And I think especially after the back of Yanef performance from Frost, I'm looking forward to that battle. It'll be fire. Shouts to Linda winning the XAO Fan Award first of the night. I love that award. It was sick. Just deciding who should get that, wasn't it?
I know, I love that. Such a great award as well.
Yeah, 100%. Like, sorry, mate, I'm just reading the questions as we're going along. Bizzo saying you're tempting to join the dark side. But now we'll get into it very, very short. Right, so we've been on 10 minutes now. Shouts to Sean Cray, shouts to Smoggy. Good to see you as well, Smoggy. I didn't get a chance to have a proper chat with you, but it was good to see you at All the Smoke, bro. Shouts to Jazz, Dave, 27. Absolute's going to be fire, bro. We'll get into Absolute as well. It's a card we've been looking for. I personally think it's the best card we've ever done.
Yeah.
So we'll when we go into it, I've just got to make sure that I don't release any fucking spoilers today, because I've done that a few times, haven't I?
Oh, yeah.
But
especially for that card, can't be. Nah,
bro. The only thing yesterday, and we was on a Spaces, and someone said something, and I was like, "Yeah, but that's not even the headline. The headline was, and it literally was that close from coming out of my mouth." But we'll go into it, and I'll bring the last guy in now. I'll wait for shots. Rick Charles, how you doing, sir?
What up?
New background.
Oh yeah, living a dream, you know, that kind of thing. Fuck you, mate. Fuck you, guy. You're a piece of shit, you know that, don't you? You're an horrible man. I can't even cope. I hope you stand on Lego.
To you as well.
I know, it's fucking horrible. Like, I hope you stand on a plug, you cunt.
Oh, people don't even know what we're going on about, but it's just funny. Sorry.
Nah. You're an asshole.
Right, so yo, fucking hell, that's threw me right off. Right. If
Good.
it's your first time here, by the way, on the Prem channel, make sure you click subscribe. I feel like one of them YouTubers. I always feel like, hey guys, click subscribe, drop us a comment.
Oh, guys. Holy. Yeah.
My bad. Everyone's moaning about my camera. One sec. Right. So
It's just because it's on.
it's because I've got the light reflected into the lens, but I can't do that about it.
Looks like you got Halo.
I know. I was going to sing then. Fuck that.
Wow.
Yeah. So what we'll do is
So glad you didn't.
we're going to go through the sort of the year plan for Prem. A couple of things people need to know that we need to clear up. Like we've had loads of questions about the Bizzo and Yunnan situation and the academy and stuff like that. So we'll run through it. But like I say, anyone who's got any questions for anyone on the staff, throw them into the chat and we'll read through them at the end and then get back to you. And we'll go from there. Ricky Norman called us douches. Cheers, mate. Nice one for watching, you fucking tool. So just to let you know as well, this live stream was curated by Briggz. So I'm throwing it out there for now. So 2022, all live streams will be curated by Briggz. Now. So
I love that you're an asshole.
I know. Events 2022. We're stacked, to be honest. Obviously, the first event we've got. You know what, Straw? I'll let you take a lead on this a little bit because this is your event. Like, we had a little brief talk, but Undisclosed 5, the biggest venue we've done it at, which is Rebellion, where we did Apex 3 as well. We're taking Undisclosed there. Tickets on sale now. When is it? February 19th?
Yeah, February 19th.
Mackenzie Blaine, headliner, Koj and Frost, co-main.
Slaster and Crow, Matador Jack.
Run through the card, mate. Like, we've got the premise of Undisclosed is not going to change this year. This is one of the first events that will stay the way they always have. Undisclosed, obviously, I'll let you take the lead on it, Joe, but like, what is the purpose of Undisclosed and what's it going to be this year for you?
No, the purpose for Undisclosed is touching on what we briefly said is when you said I want you to start running events and we were looking at different ideas. Obviously, we've got Apex, All-Star, and when people, we've seen it before, like, for example, Major Concerns didn't win the Academy final, but he was a star in the making. And then we've seen it throughout the Academy. Bizzo's the prime example. Didn't win his Academy, but look at him now. And the main aim for Undisclosed was always to give people that were in the Academy that shown potential to get a couple battles under the belt to see if they've got it in them. So you've seen Bizzo come through there, Celeste's come through there, Visuals come through Undisclosed. Do you see what I mean? And then newcomers as well, but not just that, it's people that we want to debut on Premier Battles but aren't necessarily ready for a big Apex card. So they come through Undisclosed, get their feet wet, and then they move on. Mo, prime example, headlined against Mackenzie, and then obviously was the surprise battle in Apex and didn't look out of sorts. So for me, Undisclosed was always about debuts for Premier Battles. So this is we've got 19 debuts in PB that have come through Undisclosed since it started, which I'm proud of that.
We're only 5 events in, which when you think about it is mad.
That's what I mean. Like, it's averaging up four debuts a card, which I'm massively proud of that. And then it's just people that haven't really been given the attention or the shine, just giving them a platform where they can build the stock and get some experience under the belt. Like, we've both been there. There's nothing better than gaining the experience that you need. And then, for example, we don't just want to throw you on at the bottom of a massive card that's headlined by a shot is a prime example, because we want to make sure that we're building you up correctly. And that's one thing which obviously you'll be able to touch on this later on, is one thing we've all took pride in is how we're building these battlers and how we're looking at how their year looks and how we're looking to build them and create these stars. And you look at what the academy's done in with the help of Undisclosed. It's like I said, Bizzo, Slester, Visual. They're big names in the UK now, and they've all come through the academy system. Major Concerns, LSD. So yeah, that's what Undisclosed is, and that's what Undisclosed will always be.
The purpose is getting these guys into the conversation of when we come to book Apex or the All-Star game, we look at it and go, he's been killing it on Undisclosed. Plus, it's good. It's good to be active. Obviously, the idea last year was to take Undisclosed on the road a little bit. COVID sort of stopped that, but this year, you know, that's what we're looking to do. Obviously, we've got a lot in Manchester. I mean, if you look at just while we're on here, I mean, Undisclosed 5 is Manchester at Rebellion on February 19th.
Such a great event as well. Such a great venue for it as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've got Undisclosed 6, which is going to be June. That sounds like there's a massive jump, but in between that, there's events all year. So, like, we've got Absolute, we've got the Prem event, all the smoke. So there's going to be big jumps, but we was thinking of taking the June event to Cardiff, but we're having issues finding a venue, to be honest. I spoke to a venue the other day that was perfect, and then they dropped an invoice on me for 2,700 quid.
That's cheap, that. It's cheap as fuck.
It's a good venue as well.
Bro, the venue was fire, but the venue held something like 200 people and they wanted nearly $3,000. So fuck knows what I was selling them ticket prices at, but they were exclusive tickets. So I think we'll probably go to Birmingham. Cardiff's still on the radar, but it just has to be right. I don't want to force an event in a city if we're forcing it to happen. You know what I mean? We spoke to a couple of venues there. I might do a small event in the middle of something else there. But yeah, we'll just see where we land. But one thing we'll be doing this year is when we do... So obviously this year we had Undisclosed Road to Apex, which was in Manchester as well. Was that the Mocha Mackenzie card and Bowski and...
Yeah.
Yeah, so Road to Apex. So this year we're going to do what we intended to do in 2021, 2022, which was the Apex Weekender. So that'll be moving as well. So we'll be having the Apex event on the Saturday, and then the Undisclosed Apex / collaboration with another league. But I'll run everyone through that. But Edinburgh this year, Apex 4, big event. Can sort of try and guess what we're doing with it, but Apex, I feel like Scotland needs a sick event, a big event as well. And the fact we've got, like, even if you take Soul out of contention, you've still got Mackenzie, you've got Slester, like these guys coming through from Scotland that can really hold the stage on their own as well now. So put a bit of emotion behind that, really take it up there, because we've done the last 3 Apexes in Manchester. So, and then we're also doing Absolute and stuff in Manchester. So let's try and break a little bit from it. But we'll see where we go with it. But Undisclosed 5, get your tickets now, premierbattles.club, February 19th. Then from there, the week after, we've got Premier Battles, No Loose Chat. I know there's been a lot of sort of uncertainty with this event. If we're being totally honest, the event was on, then the event was off, then the event was on, then the event was off. But it was always going to be on in the sense of what it was. But it was just some things that just didn't connect. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's 2 leagues trying to work with each other. There's always going to be issues between both, and it's never a personal issue because obviously No Loose Chat have been at our last 3 events, and they was on stage. Like, it's never been a personal issue. It's just agreeing certain fine terms on business. But it was always something we wanted to do, and we finally managed to sit down and get it chopped up and sorted out. So, yeah, February 26th, it is happening. If you've already got a ticket, you'll have an email about it, but it is going to be at the Mint Lounge in Northern Quarter, which is bang in the city centre, big room as well. I don't think it's ever been used for battle rap.
No, it's not.
But it's a sick venue. It's where, when we was doing tours and that, we did like the Ghostface and Slaughterhouse tours and that there, so you sort of know the idea of the size of it. But tickets are they was flying on that, so we stopped them on sale until we sorted out the fine tuning. But more announcements on that event, the matchup wise, will start coming out over the next week or so. Obviously, No Lose Chat, I've got the rivalry event they're promoting. We've got Undisclosed 5, so we didn't want to take away from 2 events while promoting another event. So now both events are sort of announced up. We'll get this one moving. But yeah, it's definitely happening. Shotty Horroh versus Tally, Manchester, Mint Lounge, February 26th. Go and get your tickets now. Once the tickets go on this,
Bring your body bags.
Yeah. I mean, the tickets will be gone on this. Once they are gone, it's not like can I get in because I'm coming up with him and driving him? Like, we've got a capacity to maintain, and we was already almost at capacity before the tickets went off sale. But people know about these events, so let's move into March 5th, the Academy first round. Every battler that's on the Academy will have received an email. If you've not got back to us by next week, I need you to send a confirmation. If you don't, you will be removed from the tournament. Just because we can't wait. Like, if you're not proactive enough to just send an email back saying, yes, I'm in, then, we can't really afford to put time and effort behind you going forward. But sick year. We've got Bobby Rex is now coming on as sort of like a talent development coach for the Academy. He'll be also like hosting and doing a bit of the interviews and stuff for the documentary series we're going to do around it. Bizzo and
Koji. Do you know what? I love that because you know what? As much as well with Bobby, because he's just that whole lifestyle's changed for him. He's just a big bundle of positivity, and I think it's going to be great for some of the battlers for that.
I was talking about it on a Spaces the other day. The thing with Bobby is he brings an element to it, which I think a lot of battle rappers lack in the UK, which is performance. Bizzo and Koji have both anyway, and they can do that with their teams. But Bobby's there to cater for everybody in the competition, so not just Team Bizzo or Team Koji. If you want to go and have a chat to Bobby Rex about holding your own in a big room or a pit, Bobby's done that. He's done both, and there's no sort of thing with him there where he's like, "Well, you're not on my team. I'm not going to help you." Bobby's there as a go-to, and he's been around the world doing it. Let's be honest. He's been on some of the biggest stages, so buzzing to have Bobby Rex more involved in Prem that side. He's going to be finding talent for us as well. So looking forward to bringing Bobby in properly and just seeing where the sort of year turns out with him. But it'd be good because he's a big bundle of beauty in here, Bobby.
Mate, so excited for this as well.
Yeah. Literally.
What we're going to do with the Academy, we've took it back to the Zombie Shack where we first did the first tournament. So what we're going to do is we usually do it free entry, but I'm going to basically do it as a £5 entry. So we never make any money from the Academy. It always goes back into the Academy. But the idea is at the end of it, so if we charge a £5 tickets, the pot at the end of the whole tournament will then go to the winner to take to New York. So they're not going empty-handed. They will have a bit of cash in the pocket, can go and enjoy it while they're out there, but also get to go and battle on iBattle. So shouts to iBattle as well. Shouts to Lex for letting us do the competition. But on the subject of that, I just want to break off a little bit. This is something we want to look at doing more going forward with Prem. So an idea is that we've been talking about is, let's just say, who can we use for an example? Let's say Bizzo. If we go, Bizzo, you've got 4 battles booked this year. You're going to do Absolute. You're going to do Apex. You're going to do All-Star. The 4th battle, we want you to do something in New York or Toronto. And then what that means is we accommodate, rather than flying someone into battle there, we give them that experience to go there and battle. We'll pay for the trip. As long as they represent Premier Battles while they're out there, put on a 6 showing. It's more incentive it's good for us because we're pushing our brand international. At the same time, it's good for the battler to go and get them experiences. And I don't think it's been done that before, like, where the leagues
never
profit. But it's something I want to look at doing. It's something I've had an interest in doing for a while, but obviously the finances were never there. But we're at a point now where it's doable. So I don't want to make this a one-off thing, like win the tournament. Obviously, it will be the prize for the Academy tournament, but at the same time, the names that have applied for the Academy tournament have only got to win 4 or 5. Well, including the qualifiers, you've got to win 4 battles, and you go and do an international battle in New York, which is
sick. Yeah, it's mad.
But yeah, so that'll start in March, on March 5th. We're not doing no other events in March. That'll be the only one, unless something small comes up or we can fit something in. But that is March, because we want to put everything into the academy. I want to make sure that whole month is dedicated to the series. And then moving on, obviously, off the back of the academy, absolute April 23rd, Manchester. We've announced Bizzo versus Koji. We've got 5 other battles to announce. This is only a 6-battle card, but every battle is fire. Like,
It's disgusting.
we sat down with this card and was like, yo, he needs to battle him because that makes sense for both of them. That's the entire way we've looked at the card. And it just works out that every single battle I would happily put as a main event on any card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm fucking so desperate to talk about this event, but we just can't. But April 23rd, we'll probably announce the next battle probably this weekend, to be honest. I'm just waiting for a few bits to come back. But we'll see. Obviously, we've got the No Loose Chat event and we've got Undisclosed 5, so I don't want to throw everything into Absolute. That overshadows these 2 sick events as well. One thing I do want to do is, obviously, the Academy first round will have happened in March. So I want Team Bizzo behind Bizzo on stage and Team Koji behind Koji on stage.
Yes. Sick.
Obviously, their managers are going for the title. One of them walks away with a champion in the roster, you know what I mean? So let's see where that one goes. But yeah, Absolute, April 23rd. Like I say, we're just going to pace the announcements a little bit, but it is a belter of a card. Shout out to everyone that's locked in. We're pretty much half an hour in. Let me just go through 1 or 2 of the questions while we're in, and we'll carry on. Anything you've got to add about the events and that while I'm just flicking through?
No, nothing at the minute.
It's so difficult not to talk about Absolute.
Oh my god, mate, it's ridiculous. Like, unreal.
LS Dean and Georgie Roots going out to iBattle too. Yeah, that's fire. I've said it to both of them. It's a massive look, this, not just for them, but for the UK. The fact we're having battlers going international again is fire. Like, all it takes is Georgie to go over and kill his opponent for a new audience to go, he was fire, let me go and watch his back catalogue. And then they watch, the Bobby Rex battle, the Tony D battle, like the Moke battle. George has got a long resume of battles that people can check out. Same with LSD, like get to know his story of winning the academy against Major Concerns and battling myself and Matter and just moving through the ranks with visual and stuff like that. Like it's sick. It's good. It puts eyes on the league. Is Major coming back outside? I'd love to say yeah. But I don't know. Major, I think he's just focusing on other parts of his life at the moment, which makes sense. Obviously, he was booked for the Frankie Fraser battle, and he's always welcome on Prem. The second Major turns to me and says, "Look, I'm back in. Whether we have to start him with, a couple lower names just to get his confidence back up and his bit of rustiness off, he's more than welcome." Major was always one. When we see Major in the academy, and even though he came runner-up, him and LSD were sort of like, look, let's put the steam behind these and see where these two end up. Yeah. LSD, like I say, went on to battle Mattel, who at the time had the longest winning streak in Prem, and then became the champion. And he got on Apex against Laser. And then Chiller Jones, out of 5 names sent to him, picked Major as his opponent. And Major arguably put on a debatable performance. In my personal opinion, I thought he took it. So it'd be good to see Major back. I'd love to see Major back, if anything. But we'll see. I'm not going to force people to come and battle. We're ready when they're ready, sort of thing. Let's have a look. Potential for the Bristol event. I feel like Don't Flop have got that locked at the minute. I'd never say no if there's an opportunity to bring an event there. This is one thing as well, like, if these people that follow what we do and have got access to venues in different cities and stuff like that, and just hit us up. If we can make it work, we'll make it work. Like, I'm not against going anywhere in the country. Obviously, obviously there's just 3 of us and we're all based in Manchester at the moment. So, bringing in more event managers, like actual staff, is something we'd be interested in doing that can throw events. Obviously, ideally, you'd have experience throwing events. I don't really want to use battle rappers unless they're in tune with running events, just because I'd rather battle rappers focus on being battle rappers until they're getting towards the end of their career. For example, Bobby is the perfect example. He turned around and said, look, I think I'm done, but I want to stay involved. This is the best way. Like, come on, do this, get involved, see where it ends up. If he comes back, he comes back. If Bobby turns around and says, I want to run an event, then we'll see if it works. If it don't work, it was a go, wasn't it? But we're always open to go anywhere, mate. It's just got to make sense for what we're doing. Sorry, I didn't read that one before I clicked it. I'm looking forward to going. Shout out to Caretaker as well. Looking forward to going back to Scotland. And he's coming up for you, Scroll. Like, that's slow for me.
Yeah, dead slow.
I don't know what's going on there. Don't matter. It feels like some nightmare tonight. Cooper's selling VIP tickets. Shouts to Els. Fucking hell.
Don't even get me started on
that. So Rick's coming back in a minute. He's just had to dip out. I'm having a bit of a nightmare with the comments. They're like filtering through really slow. So we'll just crack on and then come back to him. But yeah, shout out to everyone that has locked in. Like I say, if it's your first time here, make sure you do go click that subscribe button because we fucking need it. How do I take that off now? There's too much to do in this one, go in it. But yeah, I won't go through every event we've got this year because some of them are still fine-tuned pencils. But Absolute April, then we've got May, All the Smoke 2 back in Manchester. We've got a couple ideas for this. We want to bring over a few internationals for it. I wouldn't say major name internationals, but people we think, sort of like Real Sick, when we brought Real Sick over, like people we've been paying attention to, think they'd go absolutely insane over here. And let's see where we can sort of match them up with, who they can get involved with. Anyone who's got any recommendations from in the chat as well, like we want to know who you're watching, who you think would do well on Prem. From yourself, like, these people like King Jables, Homeschool, Def the Kid, Luz Castro, like Joey Gambello. There's loads of battle rappers that I'd love to bring over next year. So hopefully that event, it'll be after Absolute as well. So it'll be sort of the first event back where maybe we give people shots at a couple of internationals that maybe just missed out on the Absolute card, but we still want to push. So that's going to be May. And we've got, obviously, we've already spoke about Birmingham for June. If we do decide to do that, it's very highly likely we will. I just need to source a venue, whether it's Birmingham or Nottingham or somewhere around that area. Then Apex September 10th. That's the pencil date. Edinburgh, we're looking at. We was going to go Glasgow. We sort of got warned off Glasgow by a few of the Scottish lads, just saying, you'd have a better time in Edinburgh. So, I love Glasgow. I've been there a few times, but we'll sort of see where that one lands. But cards shaping up. We've got 2 battles booked already. Another 2 that are half booked. So we've already confirmed with 2 of the people. Just need to find them opponents. But again, card's going to be fire. Apex is always sort of our pinnacle event. So when you see the Absolute card that comes out, just know we're going to try and step it up again for Apex, which might be difficult. And then obviously October, we spoke about this on a Spaces, Afterlife, 29th of October. We're going to do a Halloween event in Manchester, light-hearted event, cheap tickets, couple fun matchups, might throw a few like on-beat battles on it. But the Academy semi-final will be a part of this stream as well. But we'll be announcing more with that because we've got a few ideas for that. We want to make it just more of a coming together for everyone and just have a buzz. And then last of all-star game, December, London. We're in talks. Obviously, people have seen this on the timeline. We're in talks to throw a Premier Battles versus the Riot, which is Geechee Gotti's league. Conversations are still going ahead on that for Shotty and Geechee to sort of headline. That's pretty much nearly been confirmed. We just got to iron out the finer details because we don't just want to make it a Shotty Geechee card. We want to make it a Prem versus the Riot card. So we can pick, 5 or 6 lads from the UK to represent Team UK. And they'll go against Team America, which will be made up by the Riot roster. So yeah, December, there'll be more on that soon. I'm going to try and get that announced halfway through the year, I think. I just need to wrap up everything else first. But like I say, the year's shaping up. The year's shaping up fine, man. Like, it's not just us as well. There's other leagues out there that have got a year's worth of event lined up. If everyone can sort of nail the plans and the projections, then it's going to be a fucking solid year for UK Battle Rap. And I'm looking forward to it. What do you want to... How many Undisclosed do you want to get done, Stro?
What, this year? Or in general?
I mean, in general, if you want to go that far.
It's for me, I just wanted to make sure it was an event that the fans enjoyed and loved. And it was when we just put the flyweight, it's just like Undisclosed 5, and then the ticket link in it, tickets were selling me, and you were like, where's these come from? And we didn't even realise that Undisclosed was out. Like, that was a big surprise to me, and it was a nice little thing because it's like fans like it. So as long as the fans keep rocking with it, I'm going to keep doing Undisclosed because, like I said, it's a perfect breeding ground for talent which hasn't really got the push or needs a bit more development. So, and it only benefits the UK battle rap scene. So, yeah, I've loved doing the Undisclosed cards.
I think we've got to do, it'll probably be next year now, but Undisclosed 10 has got to be a big one.
Oh, yeah, we've already said this.
We'll do something special with that. I always said when I was at Dolphlop, when I did Revival, the Revival 10, I always wanted to make like the pillar event of it. Like everyone who's come through is the sort of on that card. But that's what I think the main thing is with Undisclosed. I mean, going into that, so we've gone through the events. By the way, go and get your tickets to Undisclosed 5, Shotty versus Tally, and Absolute. PremierBattles.club, all the tickets are available on there. But going into what we were talking about then, this is something we've been putting out on the socials, and you'll see. We've identified the roster that we want to work with. People don't quite understand what we mean with this. Sorry, I'm talking quite a lot, mate. So with the roster, we've gone through the names on the roster, and we've identified where we think they are, how we get them. So basically, we've looked at every single battler, and that has been on Prem, whether they've not been on for a couple of months or whether they're not completely active on there. We've looked at everyone and gone, right, where is, in our opinion, right now, where is their ceiling, and how do we get them to that ceiling to then look at it and go, what's next for them? Can they break that and go and do this? We've had a couple conversations with the battlers. Not everyone will still work. Obviously, we've got a big roster now, so we're still working our way through. But we're sort of identifying things. So, for example, we talked to Bizzo, and Bizzo's got his pretty much entire year planned out, whether that's with King of the Dot, doing the title match, and what's next after that. And obviously, on the back of that, it's sort of going, I had a conversation with Crow before. I was talking to Crow about what's next for him after Celestor, because he's got Celestor on Undisclosed 5. And he sent a few names over, and they were all realistic names. I was like, look, you get a good performance from Celestor, whether you win or lose. The thing is, I know it was the whole where winning matters, but it doesn't, does it? Because what we're looking at is, are you improving? If you're not improving, and you're, let's say the top level guys, if you're not improving, you're charging the same level fee and you're not bringing in the crowd, but someone underneath you is continuously improving, more of a realistic fee, and has a bigger longevity off the back of it, that's who we want to invest in.
Not just that, though. Just to echo on that, because I booked, I'm not going to say the name, I booked a battle on Undisclosed, and they were talking about our travel arrangements, but never once publicly shared the flyer, never once promoted the event. So it's not just are they improving, it's what they're doing with their own socials in terms of did promoting the event, are they going above and beyond, because that's something which me and you have spoken about a lot in terms of, are you willing to, because the old Don't Flop days, everyone would share the flyer regardless, and it seems like that started to come back in, but there's still some people who just think, oh, that's the event's job. It's like, well, no, you meant to sell your battle. How are you going to get people interested in you?
Especially if you're asking for a payment off the back of a fee, but I mean, fees are fees. Like I've always said, if someone turns to me and says, I want 600 quid, they have every right to say that. But I also have every right to go, I'm not paying you 600 quid. If that's your price and you don't want to battle because you're not receiving that, that's completely fine. You have every right to do that. If another league pays you that, cool. You're just not going to get that here, because I don't think that's a value that I'd put on you. But the roster we have identified is there's over, obviously I can't share this because it's the way we see everything. But we've identified sort of the guys who, I mean, we've gone down from, I'll put it this way, we've gone down from 104 names to 65.
Yeah.
Now, the 65 we've looked at, by the way, this doesn't mean you won't be welcome to battle on Premier Battles or, you know, you're not good enough. It just means at the minute, this is the names we're pushing a little bit more. Or it might mean we think you're good, but just go and get some experience elsewhere. Maybe some of the people who've came through the academy and didn't win or, you know, went out in the quarters and stuff like, we think you've got potential because we wouldn't have put you in the academy, but you just need a few more battles. Maybe go through the Undisclosed series before you start looking at all the smoke and Apex and Absolute. So that's sort of what we're trying to do with identifying the roster. So I forgot what I was saying. Where was I going with that? My internet cut off.
Oh, no, you were just saying that, like, the way we've looked at different battles and how we're looking to push the talent and stuff.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. So, for example, the way when we're bringing over, obviously the world's opening up a little bit more now. We're bringing over internationals, and I would rather look at the roster and go, right, if we give him a big battle that's going to cost, say it costs us $2,000 with flights, he's still got another 6-7 battles after that. So it's worth us investing in as a battle rapper. Whereas we can go and book a top tier guy that does one a year. It might sell a load of tickets, costs us $2,500, then it costs us their fee, and it just racks up and it gets to the point where, right, you've done one battle. It might, let's be honest, the views are not there. So we might get 20K views on a big name, but the longevity on that isn't there. Whereas you give, let's say you give Rivers a big name now, you know Rivers is picking that up and the momentum's carrying on straight off the back of it. It's a good investment for us because he's pushing the brand forward. It's a good investment on Rivers because he's one of the stars we want to push. And it gets his name overseas. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying identifying the roster is more, let's not just throw random shit matches that don't make sense. And everyone has a sort of pathway. If any battlers want to drop me a message or drop Stro a message to understand where we view them at the moment, let me know. I'm open. I'm here for an honest conversation. Like I say, if you're one of the names that aren't gonna be on the Apexes and that, I'll happily say to you, look, you know, you're just here right now. Maybe go and get 2 wins on Undisclosed, and then we'll see where you're at. Just gives people something to fight for. Like, if I don't just want to put the same names on the same big cards, I want everyone to earn the spot on the big cards, and I think this is the best way we can do it. So when we say roster identified and all that shit, there was a few tweets about like, I don't get what it is. This is what it is. Like, you know, it is what it is, cuz sorry, Strong, once my throat's killing. I've just come down from COVID, haven't I? But yeah, so we've been through the events. Just to let you know as well, one more time, this live stream was curated by Briggz, and he will continue curating streams throughout the entire 2022. So after the curation, what are we going into? So this is a tweet before that got a lot of attention. 2-on-2 titles. So we're bringing the 2-on-2 titles in. This is something we've been planning for ages. I know Dolph Flop did a stream the other day. Hi, Rowan. He did a tweet the other day saying he's doing a 2-on-2 event, and he's not happy that I put this out before. So, 2-on-2 titles. This is something we've had in the pipeline anyway. Obviously, we did the whole announcement for 2020 when he was going to do the 2-on-2s. 2020, geez, we know, but it works for marketing. Yeah, so obviously we couldn't do it because of COVID. The events died. And then going into 21, we had the Anarchy tournament. So I think this year, obviously, we've got the PB belt. We've always had the idea of having tag belts. Shotty's been on the phone last couple of days speaking to a manufacturer. Obviously, if you're paying attention to the timelines, he's just gone into business with another group running Sovereign Pro Wrestling, which is going to be an independent wrestling brand. So he's going to be running that. So obviously, he's speaking to them for their belts. And, you know, the 2-on-2 title belts became part of that conversation, and this is what we're looking at. So the idea is finding 2-on-2 teams. I don't just want to go, you and you will be good, put you together. Like, that's not how I want to do it. Premier Battles don't have a 2-on-2 team that are title title holders. I know Shufflety and Marlowe are the don't flop 2-on-2 champions. So we need to find 2-on-2 champions. So what we're thinking of doing is potentially putting a full year's, basically just going back to the idea of it in 2020, just running the tournament, 16 teams, cash prize at the end. We'll figure that out. It'll probably be like a grand, 1,500 quid. And they also get 2 belts off the back of that as well. But the winners will book an international 2-on-2 to fly over and battle as well. But yeah, this is something we do want to add to the Premier Battles roster with 2 tag titles. 2-on-2s are getting interesting. Bobby Rex and Raptor for us last year was fucking insane. Brand new 2-on-2, killed it. I know there's been a few that I've just done not all the smoke. It was just don't flop one, second-hand smoke.
Frankie and Frost.
Frankie Frost. There's a few 2-on-2s. But we put the tweet out before just as a gauge, a bit of interest, and fucking hell, my DMs have gone mad. It looks like that's what we're going to do. So I might incorporate that into the All the Smoke event by throwing a couple 2-on-2s or maybe the first round of the tournament on there. So keep your eyes out. If you are a 2-on-2 team, drop me a DM on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, whatever, and just let me know. Let me know your team partner, and we'll put out more information on it. But I think that's one thing we're going to run at, because it's something that needs adding to the roster anyway. We've got the PB belt, like I say, so a 2-on-2 belt just makes perfect sense. We're going to have the hardcore belt as well, just to be a fucking...
Honestly, I really, really want the hardcore belt.
We nearly had it, because when we got the PB belt made, the guy, Leather Rebels, who made it, snapped the gold plates on the front by accident on the first make, and contacted us and said, do you want him to put them on a belt so they're like broken in half, like the hardcore title for WWE? And but he wanted like 1,500 quid for the broken one.
Yeah,
so
I remember. I'd love that though.
But yeah, so 2-on-2 titles going to be a thing. We do want to push it, and obviously off the back of that, we have been saying we do want to go back to the team format, and it's looking like 2023 is going to be the year we do that. So if you're a 2-on-2 team now, be looking at it, because it'd be good if you're a team going next year with the 2-on-2 champions a part of your team, and potentially the Premier Battles champion as well. So there's going to be a lot of belts going around, a lot of big things to win. Just make it competitive. We want to make sure Prem's always the most competitive platform where things are being won. That's why we do say where winning matters. But on the Undisclosed format, it's more about your improvement and where you want to go next. So coming off the back of the 2-on-2, let's go into a few questions, because my throat is on fire. So if you could, let's have a look at this. If you could leak the lineup matches personally, because on the 31st, so I can't. Mate, I'd love to leak everything. I get shouted at all the time for leaking shit all the time. The Mint Lounge sounds like a strip club. That's where the battles go down, baby. Absolutely dope. Shouts to the Wiretap as well. Make sure you go head over to them. That's one thing as well. Going forward next year, Trubs will be working a lot closely with us on the media side of things. So he'll be running a lot of streams for us, and just being sort of what he did this year. He did such a sick job this year with the Anarchy tournament, and just making sure things got done. He don't get enough praise, Trubs. I always think.
One of the most professional guys ever.
100%. So make sure you go and drop him a sub, man. Let's get him up to 1,000 subscribers. So shouts to Trubs. Make sure you go and drop your decision on the UK Battle Rappers of the Year award that he's doing. Dope thing. Prize for the winner at the end. So make sure you go and do that. I think the closing date's on the 7th, if I'm right.
7th,
was it today? No, that's the Academy. It might have been today. Go and get it in today, because it's probably midnight. Just do it now anyway, innit? You know what I mean? Shouts to Trubs every time. Book Soul BA. Bro, this is becoming lunacy and Shotty, man. Look, we booked Soul and BA twice now, and it's fell through both times. I'd love to have that as the headliner in Scotland, but if I'm being realistic, it's probably not going to happen. It's one of them. We'd love to book it. The fans want to see it. Soul was down. Everything was agreed. BA was down and agreed, and then it changed at the last minute, but that's happened twice now. So we'll see. We'll see if it ever happens. Who knows? Hopefully, mate. If we could make that the Apex 4 headliner, I'd be very happy. But I'll just be totally honest. I don't think it's going to happen. Do we have any Sunday events planned? Nope, not in a minute. The Sunday event was a bit of a nightmare. Fucking hell, to be honest.
The only Sunday event is Undisclosed Apex. That's it.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, September 11th, Edinburgh, Undisclosed Apex. And I'll just say it anyway. So we're going to be doing it with Iron Bars. So Mackenzie's League. You
can't help yourself, can you? You've gone from at the beginning of the stream saying I'm not going to say anything to suddenly.
Yeah, fuck it. There's your nugget. Yeah, so the day 2 Undisclosed card is going to be a collaboration with Iron Bars. So if you're on the Iron Bars roster, give Mackenzie a shout. He'll be in touch with Stro, and then they'll just settle the battles between them. So I think we need to get Mackenzie a sick headliner on that.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking Mackenzie for Apex day 1, but I think it'd be nice if he headlines day 2, the Iron Bars
just
card.
Because of Iron Bars, yeah.
Yeah, with a sick opponent, maybe fly someone in or so. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we need another soul battle. Yes, we do. PB, then I'll say it's going to be a stage. Well, it comes down to the numbers. The way the tickets are selling at the minute, it's going to be stage. I don't think we could physically do
no, not a chance.
A pit with the numbers. It's probably going to be staged. I'm talking bullshit. But you know what? Funny thing is, I spoke to Shotty on the phone. I had Shotty's first round the other day. I said to him, if that was in the pit, bro, like, game over. Don't matter who it is.
It's nasty.
Yeah, we'll gauge it on final ticket sales and go from there. I think we touched on the Cardiff event, Nathan. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to say yeah, but I just need a venue. I've spoken to like fucking 5 or 6 venues, and it's just getting impossible to book. They shot you on the absolute card. No comment. Not giving nothing away today. Giving nothing away. Leicester major. Yes, Leicester the major. Major concerns of visual. Fire. I think major to Leicester would be good, but Leicester's style, a bit of a style clash. I'd like to see Leicester versus Marlowe, me. Or Calcium Kid. Leicester Calcium Kid.
Listen, I've tried since I took over Undisclosed to get Calcium back. You know this. Every event I've tried.
Yeah. We'll see, mate. I'm sure we'll see Major again. I want to see Frankie get a title shot. You know what? Frankie's fire. He just needs to be more active on Prem. That's basically all it comes down to. Like, he's done 2 battles in 5 years for Prem. Is that right? 2 battles? Is that what he's done? Rivers and...
Is that LSD?
Yeah. Rivers and Visual, yeah. If Frankie's active, mate, he'd be arguably one of the best in the country to do it. So,
yeah.
If Frankie gets active this year, then let's see. What's Calcium Kid's fee? I'll pay it, Cooper. Cooper, it's 10 grand, but you have to put 50% in my account, 50% in Stroll's account, and then we just deal with it and go from there. Bloodstro Prem needs to come to Nottingham. Yeah, it's on the agenda, mate. We're definitely going to go Birmingham or Nottingham in June. It was meant to be Cardiff, but we'll see. We'll just see. Like, there's a couple of events, like the Academy events, where we can probably throw another Undisclosed on that month. But it just depends when and where. Like I say, if anyone can recommend any venues or has any connections to any venues, give us a shout. I'm going to start looking them out for him, but COVID situation just don't make it easy, does it? Because all the venues are a bit like, we don't know yet. Yeah, shout out to Ring Your Day. Shout out to Avo and the team every time. Hopefully see you this year. Come Leeds. Jim Bob. Come Leeds. Sorry, train of thought went on. Yeah, Leeds, mate. Leeds is another one on the agenda. We had Temple of Boom book last year, but COVID again killed it. Probably will do though. Probably will do. When is this Edinburgh event? Edinburgh event is September, mate. September. London event. 11th. Let's have a look. People want to see A Ward, Ace Amin. Ace Amin would be fire. A Ward. Obviously, we flew A Ward over, didn't we? But shots no showed, so just a bit of a shitter. How's your relationship? Yeah, good.
Good.
Cool. Yeah, got no issues with it at all. Unless he said something different. Don't know. Cool. Can you guys come down south more? You know what, bro? We don't need to. You've got No Loose Chat down there, man. They're putting on sick events. Like, just go and watch No Loose Chat. And then obviously, if you're a bit more to the coast way, go and watch Beast Anglia. Like, we don't need to come down to London that often. And to be fair, I fucking hate throwing events in London. That hard work, mate. We got home from the event and was getting fines for like fucking eco-friendly driveways and all that. Like, what? Like, in Manchester, you can walk from one end to the other in about 6 hours. In London, it takes fucking 6 hours to get from the corner to the shop. It's mental, mate. Like, but yeah, you've got No Loose Chat. You've got Beast Anglia. We'll see. But we will be there for the riot card, though.
Yeah.
Can Geechee get into the UK? Yes, Geechee can now travel. That's one thing we've cleared already. He's got his passport and everything. So we're just sort of ironing out. The battle's pretty much almost done. We just need to iron out the
fine-tuning
details of it and make sure we can make it financially viable to do it as a PB versus the Riot rather than just a one-off battle. I think it'd be so much bigger if we can bring over a team and like just bring over like EFB or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shotty needs to do the Pat Stay battle again. Yeah, I don't think it'll be in a UK battle. It feels like a Canadian one, doesn't it?
Mm.
I'm just going to quickly fly through these just in case it breaks it. It'll really be a great year. Probably look at 12 plus discuss all these. I mean, there'll be more than 12 events. We've got 15 planned. Obviously, I'm not going through them all. So definitely more. Shouts to Sean as well. Sean Craig needs to make the Premier Battles debut, bro. Come where you will be respected, Sean. Sean, I'm just handing over buckets of respect here, Sean. Come over to the dark side. Stroll's got his hood on, yeah. You can curate it. It's better. Oh, let's have a look. You respect the design game a lot. Yeah, appreciate it. I do make errors though, don't I? Fucking hell. I put Izzo Bond in the day. Bro, 2 minutes before I put that out, the reason that's rushed is because I uploaded the flyer with the headline at the background. And who did I send it to? Was it you? I put it in the group chat, did I?
Yeah, it was in the group chat.
And I was like, no. So I had to jump off, load up my fucking Photoshop and put Izzo Bond. But you get it, don't you? Yeah, I'll just quickly fly through these and we'll crack on. Shout out to everyone that's locked in as well. We'll do another half-hour run through. Like I say, if anyone's got any questions for me, Stro, or Prem in general, fly them through and we'll go into everything. 2-on-2 tournament. Any top tier teams to announce? No, you know what? The 2-on-2 teams at the minute are still early days. Like I say, we literally put it out because we just sort of spoke to the manufacturer. Well, Shotty spoke to the manufacturer earlier, and while he was looking at his belts, and just said, "Do you want to do the 2-on-2s this year?" So we looked at it and said, "Yeah, fuck it, we'll throw a tweet out, see what the engagement was." And I've probably already got 6 or 7 teams in my DMs at the minute, so we'll just see. I definitely want to do it. I think 2-on-2 belts add to the league, really makes it become alive. But like I said, I don't just want to do an event for the sake of doing an event. Would you ever do Don't Flop first, Prem? I seen all this on the timeline the other day. I don't know. It'd have to make sense, wouldn't it? It'd have to make. I wouldn't want to go into an event knowing there was issues. Everyone would have to sit down.
Yeah, there's stuff that would need to be ironed out.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like, I'm not being funny. Like, I know people on the forum were like, "Oh, it's just Don't Flop versus Don't Flop." Is it though? Like, if people don't want to go back on a league, you can't really claim them as still yours. It's like United playing against another team that have got Cleberson and going, "Oh, it's just United versus United." It's not. We sold him 10 years ago. But I don't even know if that makes sense. But it just sounded like it did in my head. I'm just putting it out there.
No, what I should have said was it's like United playing Real Madrid in 2010 and claiming Ronaldo still played for him.
Exactly. We're not. He didn't score against us. He scored for us. So we're taking it as a win. None of that. So yeah. So you don't know. You never know what the future holds. To be fair, after this no loose chat card, we're probably going to do something with Rapid's Full again, and the Home Invasion 2 maybe in Dublin. I mean, nothing's concrete on that. It's just a chat we've had, but we'll see. I'm always up for working with whoever if it makes sense. But some things just don't make sense, do they? Are you going to battle Briggz? Yes, I am going to battle Briggz. Nah, I've got 2 lots in already. From now until the middle of the year, so yeah, you'll be seeing me. I do want to do a no loose chat battle as well. I spoke to Snoop about that, so obviously not on the Prem card. I want to do a no loose chat on no loose chat. So yeah, we'll try and be active. I want an active year this year. Funky Sock Puppet account. What's that? I must have missed that. Sorry, I was scrolling down. I've just literally not read anything. Yo, Enigma, big up. Yeah, man, there's literally no places taken yet. I've just had DMs from people. There's nothing structure-wise. We're thinking the May event for all the smoke too. Probably put a couple of the battles on there. But it is just early days. Like, it's just something we've had on the agenda for a while. That's we've just never done. So yeah, so if you've got a team partner, bro, throw it in the conversation. Drop me a DM and let me know. We'll go from there with it. Let's have it. Why? Big up Chester. Yo, I was so fucking drunk, bro. Hosting that battle.
Yo, do you know what the funny thing was? Before the battle started, you're like, if you want a chip, grab one. So I grabbed one, but then in the video, you slyly move it to your rubber hand. I only clocked that when watching the battle back. I was like, this guy, man.
Yo, I was drunk, bro. I was fucking
mate, it was that, it was that rum.
The thing is, well, I'm glad no one noticed on the camera, but them chips were spicy.
Yeah, I know.
Like it was a jerk chicken burger with some sauce on the chips, man. But I remember having one, and then my eyes started watering. And if you watch on the battle, at one point, I just vanished from the front. I just like divert and stand behind Shotty. Because Bizzo, I think it might be, because my face was on fire. But yeah, shouts to Brixton Jam, man. That food was bad. I can't believe so many people picked up on that as well.
Yeah, it was like all over the comments.
Because the Shotty event is in a different, bigger place, that means you can sell more tickets. My mates want to come. Yeah, tickets are still on sale, bro. There's still loads of tickets left. They were flying out, and then we had to put a pause on the Shotty Tally event, just because we didn't know where we was at with everything anyway. But now it's all settled. 26th of Feb, tickets are on sale. Go get them in. Go get them in. Any events in London? Sorry, yeah, we've already spoke about that. Probably the end of the year. Jay the Nightwing in the UK. That'd be someone I'd be interested in bringing over. That'd be fire.
Love Jay the Nightwing.
There's a lot of 2-on-2 talk in the chats. It's mad how many people are in. Big up Sean, PB debut pending. Let's get it, Sean. Sean, come on, lad. Just make it happen.
Just do it. Take the leap. Take the leap.
Nitty versus Tony, Shotty versus, yeah, that would be fire, wouldn't it? Imagine that in London as well. EFB versus Prem would be fire, wouldn't it? Who would you have though? I still want to do Bizzo versus Fate. I don't know if that'll be on that card, but I think that's a battle that's
you can put it on that card, definitely.
Is he EFB or is just Riot? Fate.
Hey, do you know who is EFB? JC, joking.
Yeah, JC. Yeah. I can get right in the bin, mate. He could come over, he just better have the rest of the money when he gets here as well. What's this one? We getting you versus a bigger than that? Nah, bro. Nah, I don't like booking myself. Weird, isn't it? But I do like, I am going to battle. Do you know what? I like battling more up-and-coming guys, like people that make me, obviously I'm battling at national every day of the week. I'd fucking love to battle one, but for me, it's what I said back before, for me to book an international, to put me against when I do 3 battles a year, it's taking it away from someone who does 5 or 6 that will benefit from it. Like, I'm not trying to be a battle rapper anymore. I do this because I enjoy it. That's pretty much it. Like, I prefer the league running now rather than battling. Shotty vs. Tally still thing, yeah. February 26th, PremierBattles.club, tickets still on sale. Sean Cray should have applied for the academy, mate. You'd have been over, lad. You would have been over. No, probably not. It was meant to be on Undisclosed 5, but Darko can't make it. To be honest, it's the third battle that I've had that fell through last year, and I prepped for one of them twice, and then the other two just didn't happen. So I'm just sort of at a point now where if they happen, but I'm not chasing them. I've got 2 bookings at the start of this year anyway, so I don't need to be jumping at things. I'd love to battle Darko. Materials wrote, I was ready, I was prepped, I was fucking excited to go for that battle. But, he got COVID and it is what it is. See him soon, I suppose. We've already been through that, Carter, bro. Nothing really. It's just a battle to help Frost on his projection. It would have no effect on the title match, which I understand people saying it should do, but it don't make sense for Frost to go for the title if he beats Koj. Like, he's still a couple wins off that. Frost is on a very, very good run and will continue to help him get a very, very good run off the back of this one as well. But just not title contention yet. Maybe after a couple more, probably 4 or 5 wins, he'll be right up in that conversation. But we'll see. People saying Gemini. Gemini would love to still make his Premier Battles debut. We had him and Shotty locked, which you all knew anyway. But COVID made sure that event didn't happen. But we'll get there. When Gem's back, he's more than welcome to come on Premier. Already knows that. Fucking hell, you're just trying to get me to battle everyone here, aren't you? Visual, yeah. Funnily enough, me and Visual were meant to battle on... Was it Apex? It was going to be Apex, wasn't it?
Was it Apex?
Why didn't that happen now? Something happened. Oh, no, it was me and Visual. And then the Funky D situation happened, and we offered Funky D Visual instead.
That was it.
And then obviously Lunacy popped out and said he wanted the Funky D battle. So then that took that. So it just became a bit of a mess all around. But yeah, I'll battle Visual. Visual's got a very, very good year. Visual's one of the battlers we've already sort of identified his year for. So we'll see. He's got a good year. If I'm a part of that year, then sick. If not, don't really matter. As the Academy have been announced, Scam, if you've not got back to the email, bro, please send an email. You get your opponent next week, but only if you've replied. When we're going to see Bloodstro back in the pit? That's the big question. You've got to do something on the October card, bro.
Oh no, I've already said I would, just because of what it is. Of 100%.
Right, we're getting Stro back October, Afterlife, Halloween event.
Nah.
Yeah.
June card.
June? What's June? Nottingham or Birmingham?
And he's...
Am I here? I feel like Stroll's just froze or I've gone. One of us have gone anyway.
Well,
Yo, you there? Yo, are you there? Or am I gone?
See that broke the internet.
Stroll's return broke the internet. Yo, just skip down to the last few questions and then keep them coming in though, because we'll get back to the end. Are you looking closely at Knowledge Chat MCs? Yeah, I watch pretty much what. To be fair, if someone tags me on a battle and says, watch this, I'll watch it. I try and watch as much as possible anyway. Someone's watching who's on the Academy. I just emailed me back. Yeah, if someone tags me and says, watch this, I'll watch it, but I do pay attention anyway. I think Whispers is good. I think he's got a lot of potential. Few things I think he needs to change. I think he's got a lot of Americanisms, which I just think need to be. But that'll just come over time. That's just literally because he's new and he watches a lot of US battle rap. I think he's got quite an American twang to his voice. I always prefer the fact UK battle rappers are very accent heavy, unless you're Koj or Crow or Red Wolf or Bloodstro. But yeah, no, Whispers is fire. I'd be interested to see Whispers against someone that'll sort of dampen down the loud theatrical antics, because he's very good at that, Whispers. That's what won him like I thought when I watched the Benny P battle, I thought Benny P might have slightly edged it, but the performance from Whispers got him through that.
Yeah,
The animation, and he's one person we've been not one person, sorry. He's what we've been saying the UK scene lacks for a little while is character and performance, and he's got bags of that. So I think once he has a proper, and there's no disrespect to his other opponents, by the way. I think once he just has an opponent who is seasoned on a big stage, in a big room, or even a dogfighter in a pit, then you'll sort of really see what Whispers is made of. But he's got a big future. I'd love. There's a few names I said. Who did I say the other day? I said I'd like to see him versus Darper. I'd like to see. I think Darper would be good for him. I think Sam Hypes would be very good for Whispers. There's a few lads that are sort of in that category where they will either dog walk Whispers or Whispers will come out the back of it showing that he's ready for this. And I think that's just part of growing in the scene, isn't it? But yeah, no, there's a few, man. Sorry, I've just come over COVID, man. It's killing me. There's another, who else is on there? Black Tea. I like Black Tea, even though he keeps calling me out, the little prick. But he's I do like Black Tea. YD, obviously we like YD as well.
Attack.
When will the info come out? What you say, mate?
I was just saying there's a few names over there on the loose chat that we like.
Yeah, of course. When will we have the info on the SPW? Oh, to be honest, mate, the SPW is more Shotty's thing, so it's sort of a sister company to Prem. It's not the same teams. It's Shotty Horroh. Obviously, I know I've spoke about him with him being be there to help him do stuff like book the venues and anything like that he needs. But it is a new group of lads that is running this with as well. But they're all 100% passionate about wrestling, massively knowledge on the scene. So, you know, they can only bring positivity to it and put on a sick event because, you know, at the end of it's similar to Battle Rap. The booking format's the same. I've been through it with Shotty the other day when he was telling me it's exactly the same. But look forward to it because we've got a lot of plans. I think we're going to do a small battle event on the day of their launch as well, just to sort of collide the two over. So, yeah, shouts to Sovereign Pro Wrestling. They put a lot of work into this. So, yeah, just stick, especially if you're a wrestling fan, just stick with it. Let me touch on this before we sort of come to the end and wrap up. What's going on with you now? Look, the last thing we wanted to do was take the belt off Unanimous. And it was a conversation between us. It wasn't us going, we're removing the belt. That just wasn't the way this planned out. So what happened was we locked it in 2 days after Anarchy tournament. Was Bizzo and Unanimous for the title. Built it all up, marketed it, put it all out for Apex. 2 weeks before the event, Yunan contacted us. I mean, to be fair, I was talking to Yunan a couple of weeks leading up to this because I speak to Yunan a lot. Like, outside of this, we are friends, you know what I mean? I've known Yunan for over a decade. Like, we've been around the world with shit and with each other. So, he's not just another battle rapper. He's someone that I have conversation with. So, he was, you know, obviously, I know he's got a lot of personal stuff going on outside, Yunan. So, he was telling me a couple of weeks before leading up to it, like, you know, he's having bad days and this is happening and this is happening. So I might not be able to do the battle. And, you know, you can ask Yunan this himself. When I spoke to him, I literally said, like, look, if you can't do the battle, let's delay it until December. Because I'd rather have Yunan at 100% than Yunan that just turns up to give us the battle. Because it's not the way he needs to defend his title. It won't look good on him, but it doesn't look good on us either. So we agreed to do that. Bizzo accepted it. And then we locked it in for All the Smoke. First battle we locked in for all the... the third battle we locked in. We had... Because All the Smoke originally was just going to be sort of an undisclosed level card where we was going to have, like, the ones that were on there were Sam Hypes, Darpo, Yana, Frost. So it was going to be a good card, but we didn't expect Bizzo, Yunan, Tony D, Nugget. They came in later onto the card. So we rearranged it. And then, same again, 2 weeks before the event, I'm not going to be able to do it. Because of this. And then obviously I'm not going to say what Yunan's personal situation is. I think he put it out on Twitter the other day if anyone wants to go and check, but it's not for me to talk about. It's Yunan's situation, you know what I mean? But yeah, we spoke about it for a couple of days because he originally backed out and then I had a long conversation with him on Messenger, and then he decided he was going to do it, and then he backed out again, and then he was going to do it again. And it was like 3 or 4 days. But bear in mind at the same time, Bizzo was owed a battle from us because he'd won the Yannicka tournament. And the way the schedule was lining up, he was going to King of the Dot in February. I'm not too sure if that's still the case, but I know he's going to King of the Dot. We're just waiting on a. I think King of the Dot are waiting for season 1 to wrap and then lock everything in. But yeah, so Bizzo was going in February, and then the idea was to battle in April. So there was only one place Bizzo could battle, and that was April for Prem. Which is why the Koj battle happened. But yeah, so we just spoke out with Yunnan and just said, look, this is the situation. You know, he's put this out publicly. I'm not going to go into all the details, but one of the things was his granddad's very ill at the moment. I've lost grandparents. I'm sure Stroh's lost grandparents. Like, it's not something you get over quite quickly. And I said to Yunnan, and bro, this is all legit. I'm not talking shit here. Like I say, Yunnan's a friend. I just said to him, look, you can't guarantee you're going to be ready for April because the situation you've got going on at the moment may not be settled by then. And worst case scenario, I hope it doesn't happen. But if your grandfather does pass, which obviously touch wood he doesn't, but if he does, then I don't want to be in a situation where you have a title match coming up a couple of weeks after that either. So what I'm suggesting is you step down from the title. When you're ready to come back, the title shot is there for you. The second you think you're ready for battle rap, the title shot will be there. Whether that's in a year, whether that's the back end of next year, whether it was in June or July. But at the same time, I wasn't going to rebook a title match for the 3rd time because not only would it have fucked up the timeline for Bizzo going to King of the Dot, it would have then made it essential that it happened for us in April. And if that didn't happen after 3 times, then that becomes an issue because it's 3 times we've lost money on an event. Because don't forget, we still pay travel and accommodation that we lose out on. So Yunnan agreed to it. He understood the situation, and he did, like I say, he did want to battle in April. He said he would come and do it, but after the conversation we had was like, look, your situation might not be settled by then, so let's just be realistic about it and just take the time out, focus on what you're doing, where you need to be. Once your family situation settles, then come back to Prem. He's always welcome on Prem. There's a lot of talk on Twitter about the Whispers match being announced and all that. I'll be honest, I've spoke to Yunnan directly about it. I've spoke to Snoop. It's not an issue with No Loose Chat because it's nothing to do with them. I've spoke to Yunnan off the back of it, and it is what it is. Like, Yunnan's had an opportunity to go to do the Whispers battle. Financially works for him as well. So if he's going to go and do that, then cool. I'm glad. You know what? I'm just glad Yunnan's back active at the end of the day. Yeah. Whatever happens, I'm glad Yunnan's back active. It's not a fuck Yunnan, he's never going to be on Prem again. It's not the case. Like, when he's ready, we're ready. The only thing I will say is taking the Whispers battle does jeopardize, in some sense, the lineage of going for the title, because I'm not saying he will, but if Yunnan loses to Whispers, who essentially just won the Academy tournament for newcomers, it doesn't make sense to go straight for the title. And it's a weird situation, but it is what it is. Like, I'm just being totally honest. I could sit in and say pure media shit. That sounds good, but it's just a weird situation. And it's one we'll deal with Yunnan when he's ready to come back to Prem. That's all I can really say on it. I'm not going to get into all the Twitter bullshit and all that, but we'll see. We'll see, I suppose. Would Prem make an opening for Craft D as a guest rapper? A guest rapper? What do you mean by guest rapper? Craft's welcome on Prem whenever he wants to come on. I've never said no. We've actually spoke to Craft about doing battles on it. It's just never worked out. I mean, the names he gave me I just couldn't lock in. One of them was Shocks. Shocks wanted Quill first, and then didn't show up for that. But yeah, Craft's welcome on Prem. I don't know if I wouldn't put him against Bizzo. I don't think. I've seen people saying it'd be a great battle. I just don't think it would be. what can I say? Kraft is more than welcome to come on Premier Battles. Who he would battle would be a conversation between us. It definitely wouldn't be against Bizzo, though. Which wouldn't make sense just because he's the champion of another league to come on us and battle ours when he's never appeared here before.
Mhm.
But yeah, so we'll wrap up in 10 minutes anyway, because I don't want to keep this on for too long. Yunnan Cody. Will Shocks battle again this year, do you reckon? No, he won't battle on Prem. I don't. If he battles somewhere else, fine. But he owes us a significant amount of cash, so that'll need to be addressed before he's ever looked at from Prem. Yunnan Cody agreement. But yeah, so just to recap sort of where we are, we've got events all year. There's other stuff. I've been on here for 2 hours now. My voice is killing because I've just had COVID over Christmas, so I can't keep talking. But yeah, there's a few things we're going to do. One thing as well, we do want to start doing some night events. Just sort of like Friday night, 7s and 11s, couple performances, maybe 1 or 2 on beat battles. But there'll be more like nightlife events where we just get together rather than just battle rap. Because there's a lot of dope rappers in the scene. We're in the process of setting up. You know what? Fuck it. I wanted to talk about. No, I wanted to talk about this anyway, but my throat's sore. So one of the things we're doing is, hit that like button, Trubs. That is right. Hit that like button. Why is there only 2 likes on 65 watching now? Yo, but one of the things we're doing is obviously Rick Charles came on board with Prem. 2020 was it? Was it 2020?
2020, was it not early this year? End of 2020, 2021?
No, he was involved on Shotty John. When was that? 2019?
Yes, it was 2020.
Yes. No, 19 it was. 2019, fucking hell.
No. Yeah. Like properly though, like 2020, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. He was a photographer in 2019, wasn't it? So went a bit off track then. But yeah, so Rick come on board. He's obviously a music producer. He's produced for like me, Shotty, Bizzo. He's done Bizzo's new single, Go. Bobby Rex, Raptor. He's produced for loads of Manchester artists. So one thing we're going to try and do this year is really start pushing battle rappers' music as well. So, like I say, if you're on Prem, there's another thing I need to talk about as well. Fuck. If you're on Prem, we're going to start doing nightlife events. So it'll be like live gigs, on beat clashes, but also releasing music, because me and Shotty, if you follow what we do outside of battle rap, we opened up a studio that didn't, we had a lot of shit going on basically with it. We ended up getting scammed. But the premise was to open up a full recording studio media outlet. And that's not something that's going away. So one of the things we've already established everything is a label brand underneath Premier Battles. So we're going to be signing artist music, but not. So we'll be signing the artist. We'll be signing singles and projects. So, for example, Rick Charles will be sitting with, I don't know, say Rivers in the studio making a single. We'll shoot the video for it. We'll do all the marketing and distribution for it. And we'll put it out like a proper label project underneath Prem for the artist as well. So that's something we really want to start pushing, getting the artist into a different category as well. If we can, the end goal is making stars, whether that's people that stay battle rappers or go out and make it for themselves and come back to us when they can. What happened to the studio? Depressing. Basically, we built it all. We signed a 5-year lease with a company, built a 2-story building with podcast rooms, music studios, 2-bed apartment, yada yada yada. Done all the shit. And it turned out the company that sold us the land had subletted it from another company using fake contracts and stuff. So we didn't own the land and we got evicted out of it. And it's a bit of a shit one. But yeah, so, wow, my throat is on fire. But yeah, so don't know that I'm drinking one of these, does it? But yeah, that doesn't matter. It's water under the bridge, and we'll just crack on to the next project. But yeah, the label project is something we're working on. They're heavily headed up by Rick and the Shotty as well. But obviously, my experience outside of this is artist management, so I'll be managing projects and stuff like that as well. But yeah, so we're getting there. I'm going to wrap up in 5 minutes, but the last thing I want to talk about, and this is something that's it's not new. Every league has talked about doing it. So obviously Trouble for the Wiretap does the UK Battle Rapper of the Year award. That has to stay. That is for everyone. We do the Premier Battle Awards every year where we just hand out Battler of the Year, yada, yada, yada. We've always done that. One thing we had planned for a couple of years ago when we did the team format was a proper sit-down event. But it never happened. So we're going to do... this is that far ahead in advance that we've already sorted the location out, the venue, but it's not going to be... I'm just going to put it out there. It's not going to be a UK Battle Rap Awards. It is solely a Premier Battles award ceremony. So the work you do on Premier Battles as a battle rapper, as media, as whatever, this is where you will be awarded by us, a league, and the brand. So any singles we put out, we'll do like single of the year. It'll be all live streamed. Be a proper sit down, suit and boot event. The venue we've got locked in is in Manchester, obviously, but there'll be no battles on the day. It's a pure sit down award ceremony, prem event. But I want to get all the media involved and shit like bring up all the bloggers and just have fun with it. Have a proper night where we celebrate, watch back stuff that's happened, and go from there. I spoke on a stream the Spaces. Sorry, Stro, I'm talking the life away. I spoke on a Spaces the other day about a cinema showing thing, but I'll do that another day because my throat is on fire. But yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, Frost. There'll be live performances on the. That's what I want to make it. But I want to be like, bringing in friends that I've got or Shotty's got that can present awards, or people who are fans of battle raps with big followings that'll come and get involved and stuff. Just a good event, just a good sit down, food up, chill event. Make it more of a live stream thing. We're gonna do. So the way we're gonna seat it, we're not gonna do fan tickets because I want to make this a place where. Where battlers can come and just be themselves. You don't have to be Bloodstro. You don't have to be Briggz. You don't have to be Bizzo. You can be you around everyone. You don't have to put an image. But it'll be a proper thing. But I'm probably gonna do an exclusive table, like a fan table or so. I've not worked that far out yet, but I'm just literally in the process of signing the contract with the venue. Obviously, it's been Christmas and stuff, so I've not been in and seen them yet, but. Yeah, it's all coming ahead. But one thing we want to do is drive up the subscribers this year. Make sure you click subscribe. Bizzo's just said, "Is your throat on fire? You haven't mentioned it yet." Fuck off, Bizzo, you prick. Make sure you click subscribe. We're really trying to drive them up this year and see how far we can get. But shout out to everyone that's locked in, whether it's on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you get to Undisclosed 5, February 19th, Manchester. Shotty versus Tally is happening, no matter what you've heard. It is happening February 26th. Slag. February 26th. And Absolute is April 23rd. And just in case you did forget about this stream, it was curated by Briggz. And the entire streams for 2022 will also be curated by Bison Briggz. Oh, one thing as well, before we go, shout Stro, Undisclosed 5, because it's in Rebellion. There's 2 slots for live performances. So if any of the battle rappers on there have a crowd or a card, shout Stro, and we'll sort of slow on there. But yeah, shouts to everyone. Love. Let's kick off 2022 with a fire event. We'll see you on the other side, as they say. Stro, any last words from you?
No, I'm just looking forward to a massive 2022 for UK Battle Rap.
Big up. Have we gone through everything?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Right, yeah. I love you. I don't think there's any last questions. Oh, wait. Am I drinking a Corona? Yep. Do you also run Premier Inns? You know what we do, but we don't like to talk about it. Lenny Henry owes us cash.
Yeah, just never let Bizzo book your hotel.
Oh my God. Never let Bizzle Bond Bizzle Bond saved us on that. But Jesus Christ, their walls were made of fucking crepe paper, weren't they? They were bad. What do you think of the landscape? No, I think you're wrong there, Ash, mate. I think that was the case, but I think there's loads of new talent coming through now. You just got to know where to look for it. Like, no loose chat, I've got a load that have come through. Obviously, people mostly know about ours, Viz, Lester, Cooper, Sirius. Where is Sirius, by the way? Yeah, there's loads, man. There's loads. Don't Flop have got just Trev and Farmer and Reverse and Stuffy Straw. And
You can't help yourself. You just can't help yourself, can you?
Nah, Crow on Prem. And then, yeah, there's loads, man. There's loads of good ones. My foot. Yes, K-Man, shout me, bro. Pretty much Belfast event. Keep your eyes locked over ScoMo. As long as it's got ScoMo headliner, Stromo, let's get it in. But yeah, I'm going to have to go. Shout out to everyone that's locked in. Have a good night. Make sure you go watch Visual Frankie Fraser that just dropped as well. And we'll get it in. I'm going to try and do this weekly as well. So yeah, hit the subscribe button, drop me a comment and a like. And I'll see you through the window, pet. Wave, Stro. Is it froze again? Are we still on?
Still on.
No, there's no way we're still on. Just keep waving anyway in case they think we're gone.
Awkward.
I'm sure you get a notification when it says we're still on. Just keep waving. I think. Wait. No. Wait. Oh. Wait. It don't stay. No. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, we're done. Oh, God. Fucking Don't Flop coming in there. What a bunch of pricks.
I swear it's still saying we're live.
No, we're not. We're off. We're definitely off. Fucking hell. So, yeah. Tell us about your Christmas.
Everyone's been ill.
No way. Did you get the nipple tassels wide?
What?
Did you get the nipple tassels wide?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Show us.
Pink frilly ones.
Show us.
I got them on there.
Shit house.
Dickhead.
I hate battle rap, me. Right. Well, where's your airline gone?
Bad, innit?
I'm joking. Oh, we're going to start. Yeah, we're online. Let's go. Bye.
I'm expecting the battle of my life. I'm expecting a fight of my life. I'm expecting a dogfight out of him. He's going to have to do everything to beat me. Let's be real. I'm in the headspace now where I am so focused on going as far as possible with this. I have no intentions of losing this belt. I have no intentions of giving this belt away at the first time of asking. He's going to have to do everything to beat me. He's going to have to outbar me, outright me, outpunch me, outperform me. He's going to have to be more motivated than me. He's going to have to want this more.